1 year ago, the United States signed the Genius Act into law, the first major piece of federal stablecoin legislation in American history. It was billed as a turning point for crypto regulation. And yet, as of today, Monday the 20th of July, 2026, the rules the act was supposed to establish remain, in the words of multiple analysts, little more than a skeleton. U.S. federal agencies have formally missed their own deadline for finalizing stablecoin rules. So what has actually happened over the past 12 months, and why should anyone outside the United States be paying close attention right now? The Genius Act was designed to fill a glaring regulatory gap. Stablecoins, the dollar-pegged digital assets that now power enormous volumes of crypto trading globally, had long operated without a coherent federal framework in the United States. The act set out to change that, establishing licensing requirements, reserve standards, and regulatory oversight for stablecoin issuers. For most of the past year, however, the law sat without implementable rules. Then, in April 2026, the US Treasury published its first serious move, an 87-page rulemaking proposal. It was a significant step, but still a proposal, not a final rulebook. By mid-July 2026, federal agencies had officially missed the statutory deadline. The winners so far are the largest, most well-resourced stablecoin issuers who can absorb regulatory ambiguity. Smaller operators, meanwhile, remain in a deeply uncomfortable limbo, waiting for clarity that has simply not arrived. Despite the regulatory uncertainty, the stablecoin sector has been far from dormant. CoinMarketCap characterizes the current moment as the beginning of a stablecoin gold rush, and activity in the market supports that framing. Major issuers have been building out compliance infrastructure, anticipating that final rules are now imminent even if delayed. The Genius Act effectively placed every stablecoin operator on the clock, and each passing month without final rules ratchets up the pressure on smaller players. The international dimension adds further weight. In South Korea, regulators have formally opened a sanctions process against Dynamo, the parent company of Upbit, one of Asia's largest and most prominent crypto exchanges. It is a sharp reminder that tightening oversight is a global phenomenon, not merely a Washington story. The direction of travel is clear, even if the precise timeline is not. The US Treasury's 87-page proposal must navigate a public comment period before any rules can be finalized and enacted. Most analysts now expect definitive stablecoin regulation to arrive in late 2026 or early 2027. When it does, the prevailing consensus is that the largest, best-capitalized issuers, Tether and Circle are the names most frequently cited, will be best positioned to consolidate their market dominance. The stablecoin gold rush metaphor holds, the land has already been staked. The question now is simply which issuers have the resources and the compliance infrastructure to endure until the rules are finally written and enforced. Here is the clear-eyed takeaway on the Genius Act's first birthday. The legislation exists. The political will is established. But the rulebook, the part that actually governs how stablecoin issuers operate day to day, is still being drafted. For crypto investors and stablecoin users across the UK and internationally, this translates into a market where US regulatory clarity feels close but remains just out of reach. Watch the US Treasury's rulemaking timeline carefully over the coming months. When those final rules land, they will not just affect American firms, they will fundamentally reshape the global stablecoin landscape, and with it, a significant portion of the broader crypto market. The first birthday has passed. The real work is only just beginning.